Hi, welcome back to Jen's Jams. Today I wanted to share another poem from Oriah Mountain Dreamer. It's called The Invitation. And I'm sharing this because it played a significant role in one of the chapters of my life where I was going through a relationship transition, and it cracked me wide open to who I was and the classic quandary of whether or not I was worthy or lovable. Some very classic core needs or beliefs. And this really helped me begin the process of navigating that. So again, if you would focus on my words a little less than my face, that would be great. The invitation. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you'll risk looking like a fool for love, for your dreams, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you've touched the center of your own sorrow, if you've been opened by life's betrayals, or have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you're telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it's not pretty every day, and if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the full moon, yes! It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed the children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you've studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments. I just think that is so beautiful. It just really makes me think that at the end of the day or in the beginning of the day, it's so vital for us to be in a place of radical self-acceptance, a place where we really know who we are, live out who we are, make no apology for who we are, and walk on the planet from there. There's so many opportunities for us to get away from that, to get distracted from it, to be pulled into other beliefs, other external stimuli or external sources of information that are different than the essence of who we are, than that core being that we are. I remember the tension that I felt about how I was being coached to be in full expression of who I am. It ranged often from, hey, fly your freak flag, to be who you are, just be Jen, and I would hear this and I'd be like, okay. There'd be some hesitation because of stories that I made up about full expression being, I don't know, scary. I mean, just whatever that looks like for anybody, for me, I was certain, because my story, of course, is so true, right? Because I wrote it, that if I do that, people are going to run away. They're going to run for the hills. And it took me, it still occasionally takes me, but a long time to understand that there's no huge plan, or there's no conspiracy. There's no force in the universe saying, I think I'm going to mess with Jen today, and I'm going to make sure she gets more feedback that she can't be who she is, and that it's not okay to stay on the planet in this rendition and this way that she is. And it's just not true. And yet for years and years and years, I would make compelling arguments. I still can occasionally make arguments that, well, I really shouldn't be here in this form. I need to tweak this and tweak that and fix this and adjust that, and then it might be okay for me to stay, and then it might be safe for me to play. Or if you've recently seen my Man in the Arena video, it's safe for me to be out in the arena. And it's been quite an experience to be able to say, you know what, I am going to experiment with being fully expressed and see how many people run. And I honestly don't really want to keep track of how many run and how many stay, so much as to just see if this mythology that I've created is really true. I mean, listen to the word I use, mythology. So if any of that resonates for you, I would love to hear what your experience is around how much you feel you're living in your full expression. And if you share any of the same issues or concerns about scaring people away or being afraid in this kind of way of being who you are. So I appreciate you. Thanks. Bye.